Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Risk of Rain 2, where today we're taking Acrid for a spin in the monsoon. Because I think Acrid is also probably fairly low on the power levels. He doesn't have the same scaling issues that the Artificer has, but he does still have some trickiness involved with him being like largely a melee character, and so we'll see. I think it might take a couple of tries to get the win with Acrid. We're going to be using the normal poison today over the Blight, because the poison, we're going to have our enemies scale up to a dangerous degree, probably. And the poison scales very well with our powerful enemies. In particular, it'll be quite good against those like strong elites that we start to see as we begin to loop. Basically, this is just like a hedge against me not getting enough items to progress through the game super quickly. You know, if it doesn't happen, we have the poison to back us up, so hopefully that'll be good enough. And then, we got the Frenzied Leap. I'm using this over the other leap because this one doesn't do enough damage to trigger the bans, and I also like the frequency with which we can apply this. And then, I don't know about removing his only reliable ranged attack for Ravenous, but it doesn't seem good. We're not going to do that. So that's our loadout. Let's get in here. A lot of the characters I just feel more comfortable with because they have better, more consistent ranged attacks. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to using the leap again. Okay, Newt Alter is not here. You know, you can get a lot of safety and effectiveness out of just staying away from the enemies while you're killing them. I'd really like to open this. I appreciate that the game is very generous with the damage radius of the leap, because some of these enemies, I don't know that I'm actually hitting them. Okay, Deathmark's probably pretty good on us since we have a unique debuff. It's not that hard to get to 4. Let's see if there's a Newt Alter in the underhang area over here. Damn it, I tried. Okay, that time it sort of worked. It is a real bummer, though, that the normal poison can't actually kill enemies. Oh, hey, that's not a bad find. So, like, obviously, it'll be a pretty high value for us to get a little something that can do some damage over time, like some bleed daggers early on would be really good, or maybe, nice. Maybe gasoline. There are a lot of options. Should we just hit this now? We should probably just hit this now. I guess, I could have looked around a little bit more for a, what do you call it? A Shrine of the Mountain. Oh, apparently the back end of the beetle boss has no collision. Yeah, you just go right through it. Now remember, the normal poison does not stack. So there's no reason to apply it any more often than it falls off. Alright, well, not a huge fan of Gore's Tome, but I guess if you're going to get one, you want to get it early. That guy does not want to die. Yeah, or like an air-to-ground missile launcher to help finish enemies off, or something. Like just something that deals a little bit more damage following our attacks. There we go. I made contact with that tree, and the damage pulsed out wide enough to kill a lot of them. So we're going to be coming out of this level very, very quickly, but with not a lot in the way of offense. And I like the Deathmark, but it's sort of a long-term like, you know? We certainly do not have the tools to make use of it just yet. We're not going to open that, because I can't imagine I want... There's not much that I want more than the Prion Accumulator. Okay, that's probably not actually very helpful. Okay, we'll run up above because it'll be easy enough to get back to the back down to the teleporter from up there, and then hopefully we'll get a little bit luckier. I would really, really, really love a bleed dagger. I think there was a shrine in the mountain. Could have gotten an extra Gore's tome. I think a dagger is maybe one of the best things we could find at this point. We'll hit this chance shrine. First, this guy. Alright, come on, double payout. Yeah, wow, great. And absolutely not. I'm 100% comfortable having paid $40 for a missile launcher. That is a big win in my book. Alright, so there's one chest down there. I really love his movement ability, having 2 charges too. Alright, let's just go down and get that, and then... Yeah, sure, you can come with us too. Okay, sticky bomb's not bad. And I guess we'll activate this because we have the money. Okay, so leaving the first area at 5 minutes. It's fine. 7.5 minutes of enemy scaling. It's like not awesome, but it's not terrible. We are burning through our lunar coins a little bit quickly, but obviously, you know, a win or two will help to alleviate that. Okay, definitely nothing to trade for here. We actually don't even have the items to commit a trade. And then... Do I want Visions of Heresy? Do we want to replace our normal melee attack? I actually really like the healing that we get off of it. There are a couple of lunar items that give debuffs. Like if we'd gotten the spine or something here, I probably would have taken some of that. Oh yeah, we should check over here. It's like these are the normal ones, right? That looks way harsher in the dream than it does in than it does when you're actually in there. Yeah, I think we're good. If we'd seen the spine, or like honestly, maybe the effigy of grief, I might have been willing to drop our Prion accumulator for an effigy, just to get one more source of debuffs. So obviously we're looking for a Chrono Bauble, Bleed Dagger, and then like a source of fire would be nice, but it doesn't have to be fire. There's gee, what else is there? I think there's a debuff from one of the rings, but it seems to, I don't know, it seems to be kind of weird and finicky. I don't know. For right now, our plan will be like Gasoline, Tri-Tip Dagger, and Chrono Bauble. Imps. Okay, imps aren't too bad. Surrender your health to me. Actually, these imps are maybe messing me up a little more than I would like. Thanks, missiles. Yeah, maybe imps are not like awesome for us, actually. We have no healing items of any kind, which is certainly a little concerning. We have the mobility necessary to not have to make like the really, really long runs around in the void, but we also could totally just die in combat. And it would be a shame were it to happen, because I think we have a really promising start here. Okay, Focus Crystal's not too bad. There are a lot of characters that I'm not super happy to see a Focus Crystal on, but should be able to make decent use of it. Yeah, we don't even have a way of healing up once we get back to the thing. We could really use, like, a medkit or a fungus or something. Oh no, they got tougher times. Well, that's not ideal. Yep, can't actually deal damage to them. And they're doing a great job of jumping away from the third hit of my attack, or my combo here, the one that heals people, or the one that heals me, rather. Yeah, that's a rough start. Okay, so we really want a healing item or two before we go in there. I mean, imps were maybe the enemy that it would be most relevant against, because obviously, like, a lot of enemies are not going to get close to us and get a bunch of guaranteed hits. So we'd probably be fine with that one, but that was a little rough. Alright, let's get this chest. Show me something good. Alright, gasoline's pretty good for us. This means that once we kill one thing that is poisoned, all of the other poisoned things will die off of that. And they'll all apply their own gasoline debuffs. Okay, Monster Tooth is great. Monster Tooth is a good example of exactly the sort of thing that we need. Are we going to be so lucky with the Newt Altar again? We are indeed. So we have no idea where the teleporter is, though. Aha. Unfortunately, it is just kind of slow going. Like, we have a good utility, or a good movement skill, but not very good base movement speed, it feels like. I really want the offense chest that we saw down here, and then I think we're gonna go ahead and pull the switch on the teleporter. Okay, pretty good. Wonder if I can make that. Turns out the answer is yes. Never doubt Acrid's acrobatic skill. Got him. I'm pretty pleased with that shot, actually. Let's do the thing. But the Vagrant's below us. I'm actually really annoyed that that did just like a tiny bit below lethal damage to him, so we didn't get to start the gasoline ticking on all of the other jellyfish. We'll deal with the Vagrant problem in just a moment here. All right. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Well, I guess we just kind of have to wait for it to come out here. Or maybe it's not going to. I thought it was moving underneath the platform in such a way that it was going to become visible. But in fact, it is doing everything in its power to avoid playing the game. Well, we can keep poisoning it slowly from a distance. The poison actually does pretty good damage over time with very little tending to. It doesn't need as much pushing as the blight does. So we'll just do this for a little while we're fighting everything else, and then once we get down to 99% and there's no benefit to us staying inside the zone anymore, we'll come over here and fight it properly. But this is a really shitty thing for the boss to do. Probably a thing that the boss should not be able to do. Am I hitting it? I don't think I am. No, I'm definitely not. They take away your ability to melee the Wandering Vagrant? That would seem to be a pretty bad deal on account of, you know, there are melee characters in this video game. Yeah, my melee's just not doing any damage to it. Huh. Curious decision-making on the part of the developer. Alright, let's try to get underneath this archway. And just keep applying the poison. This is a really annoying place for the boss to have decided he lives now. Let's reapply that. That'll get him down to 1, and then we'll just... Oh, never mind. The poison can't kill him. I don't know what did. Okay. I mean, honestly, I probably should have taken the key on that one. Having 1 key is not a big deal. You know, like, I've talked a bit about how I don't necessarily think the key is a very good item, but having 1 means that you are just getting extra commons that you wouldn't otherwise have gotten. Well, probably like 1 or 2 items per run, but still, it adds up. Okay. So we get a second Will-o'-the-Wisp, which is definitely... His run has a theme now. Whatever. Are there any other things to buy? Because I don't want to stick around for a long time, but we also have all of this money, and I don't... I guess we have an okay number of items. I would like to go in with more items. What if we had even more items than this? Looks like we might be out of luck on that one, actually. We could run all the way back over to where we spawned and buy the gun drone that's there, but I don't think that's a good use of our time. So I guess we're just gonna 7.5 minutes. Ugh. Not ideal. Not an ideal start. If we could find another death mark, we're in like kind of an okay position, right? We have a couple of debuffs going already. All right, show me really compelling lunar items. I don't think I want any of that. That's not terrible. A fair amount of Acrid survivability comes from attack speed, but I don't think it's worth trading 3 of the white items we have. I'm actually pretty pleased with the white items we have. So I guess let's just try this void field. I definitely, with the monster teeth, feel a lot more survivable. I feel like it's less likely that we're just gonna get plinked to death by random bad enemies. Poor Acrid. Poor Acrid and his real lack of range damage. Also, I am bemoaning a lack of range damage, but it may well be the case that replacing our ranged attack with the regenerative bite would have saved us in that last attempt, so I don't know, maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth having. Oh no, not jellyfish. Basically, I can just jump every time one of them gets near us and not really be in that much danger. You know, if we could find one of those voodoo dolls, we actually have a pretty good start for it here. This is certainly a much chiller initial group of enemies. We are way less likely to die all of a sudden from getting jellyfish mobbed. Although there are definitely some dangers with jellyfish, like if the next group of enemies to spawn is a little bit more intense, and we get some like certain items show up, like anything that increases move speed, the jellyfish could definitely contribute to a larger scale problem. That's okay. Hopefully that's going to be good enough. Let's just keep him poisoned so the medkit never goes off. There we go. It's a weird concern to even have. This one might be a little bit on the slow and boring side, and I do apologize for that. But you know, if we don't capture all the void runs, how will we ever get the ones where I die horribly to basic imps? And who would want to miss all that entertainment value? I ask you. Certainly not me. Okay, well, I mean, this will certainly make us better at moving around in the void. This might actually be I feel like I haven't really gotten to see the voodoo doll item in its, in sort of like a good testing state. I don't think I've ever had a situation for it where it was, like, obviously the right item. This might be interesting as a test bed for that, to see if it's actually powerful under the right circumstances, because it feels to me like the kind of item that could be really good. Especially since, like, I actually think Will-o'-the-Wisp is quite powerful. Especially if you get a couple of them, like, the area of the explosion gets so big and it deals so much damage. Oh, hey, neat. I do love a rebate. Okay, sticky bombs. Probably fine. You know, against enemies where we can just stand and punch, we probably will actually get to apply some stickies. And every once in a while we'll get a lucky one off of a spit or something. If we get an air-to-ground missile launcher again, to replace the one that I so foolishly lost, I'm pretty sure the missiles can apply other effects. And so I do like the way that the missiles and the stickies interact. Sometimes deal an awful lot of damage to an enemy without having to pay any attention to it at all. And y'all know how I hate paying attention. I don't know if damage over time ticks are capable of applying effects. My guess would be that they are not. But if a poison tick could apply a sticky bomb, obviously, that would be pretty cool. Darn it, I really thought I was going to be able to, really thought I was going to clear that. Oh, that's not good. Okay. You would imagine it's probably quite cold in the void already. I guess, I didn't really think about this consciously, but I guess I've been assuming that that's what the damage represents. It's that, like, it's just really cold out here? You know, like space. And obviously, if we were to be just running around in space between hab bubbles, the cold would be our primary concern, and not, like, oxygen or decompression sickness. Wisps are certainly annoying, but with our with our Will-o'-the-Wisp and our gasoline, I think it probably won't end up being a huge problem. Wisps are primarily an issue when for Acrid when they gather up and they are too numerous for you to really, like, take down with your right click, because obviously the poison's not going to do the job by itself. So that problem is already very solved for us. And in fact, it looks like the damage from a pair of Will-o'-the-Wisps is sufficient to just kill a wisp from full health. So it looks like that's happening with a lot of stuff. A lot of these enemies can't withstand that. Again, I really wish that all of the scaling factors and stuff were just on the tooltips. Oh, hey, that seems okay. We're just on the tooltips in games that I didn't have to either remember or guess at this stuff. We should just know. Maybe they could put a checkbox in the options menu. You can turn on detailed tooltips. It seems really strange to me that it works the way it does. Is that going to reach? Yes, it is. Cool. Yeah, see, look at that. That's getting pretty effective. And like, even for the items where it's not necessarily a mystery how they scale, but just how much they scale, I think it would still be really useful. Like, with the ukulele, for example. I believe it is the case that stacking ukuleles just increases the maximum distance that the ukulele effect can apply over. And I would really love to know, when deciding like what items to buy out of one of those little stands, I'd really love to know what extra distance I am getting exactly to make it reasonable to, you know, for there to be a way for me to make an intelligent decision about whether it's right to buy like ukulele 2 over something else. Okay, stone golems could be a little bit more of a problem. We're a little reliant on our tackle to kill a stone golem in a reasonable amount of time, and unfortunately, obviously, not a super great idea to tackle out of the zone. Yeah, stuff's not spreading enough. Starting to accumulate a lot of enemies who are sitting just far enough apart in the air not to kill each other. Hooray! We actually get to leap on something. Okay, not bad. I have to say, so far, I feel like we're getting really good items here. We're getting really good results. I got all excited when I saw the word Deathmark in the log, and I was like, oh no, wait, sorry, that's not for me, that's for them. God, a Deathmark for us would be very solid. We're in a very good spot for that. Ow. Didn't quite complete my leap in time, and he just stopped me dead with the force of his lasering. Yeah, I really, really like the way everything's stacking up here. See, and like, this is a pretty good example of a build that would work pretty okay on an Artificer-type character. You just really got to see the right things. Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. So we have 3 debuffs right now, with the fire and the bleed and the poison. We just need to find one more something. Pretty sure the enemies, yeah, the enemies don't have anything that's going to actually cause them to benefit from a clover. Also, I really like getting an early infusion here, because the void field is a good time for the infusion to build up. It takes a little while before you're really getting the benefit of it. Hooray, chain reaction. And to some degree it's true for every character, that you that you really want to... You need to get the right items, right? It's very much a game about scaling off the items. But it is definitely a narrower list with some characters than with others. I was kind of thinking, I wonder if they could improve the Artificer's deal a little bit with, like, this is kind of a short-term Band-Aid solution. Oh, interesting. I mean, it's better to have it than to not have it. I don't know if I think that one's necessarily amazing on Acrid. We're gonna be getting to pounce stuff a whole lot. But in situations where you're, like, in danger and you're pouncing enemies, you're already able to pounce stuff a whole lot, so... I don't know. But what I was going to say is, there's a... sort of a Band-Aid solution they could maybe apply, where they increase the effectiveness of procs on the Artificer in a way that scales with attack speed. Like, make things that proc do X% more damage per point of attack speed or something, so, like, it's still fewer... It's still a playstyle that's based around fewer large hits as opposed to the thing everybody else is doing. We should check over here. But obviously, it sort of gets away from the idea of the Artificer wanting to be itemized differently. It just makes the items that are good for everybody good for her again. Yeah, I think the core issue still probably requires like a big redesign to fix. I'm gonna do it. I know we're starting to spend coins a lot, but if we could find a good item in the shop, there are certainly some blue items I'd be happy to have, and there are some blue items that give debuffs, right? So if we get an effigy of grief or something, like I was saying earlier, could be a big deal. I wish I had a Hopu feather, though, because obviously using this for verticality is a little bit slow. Let's go check the tunnel on this side as well. Oops, that's a little... I was trying to slam the jellyfish. It didn't quite work out the way I wanted. Looks like we got no teleporter back here. And also no chests? Yeah. Brass contraption just minding its own business till I showed up. So one benefit of having so many charges of the stomp, or the dive, is that you can't dive again while you're still in the air committing a dive, but once you make contact, you can initiate a new one. You don't have to wait until you actually hit the ground. So that allows us to like leap up onto airborne enemies and then hit them and then leap again and hit something else and then leap again. We can deliver a lot of airborne damage in a real hurry, which is definitely cool. Let's not hit it right away this time. Let's at least do a little bit more searching, because it would be really neat to get a challenge of the mountain. Okay, excellent. I like that a lot. Yeah, it's fine. Then again, looking at the time, you know what? I am gonna just pull it now. One of the issues we had last episode, which I did not really talk about, was that we were definitely moving way too slowly, given a lot of scaling to the enemies. So we should probably be mindful not to do the same deal here. Ah, take that. And then one of those out. Managed to bounce myself downward that time, which is not what I wanted. Okay, that's a lot of fires. Nothing a good hurling a dinosaur at it can't fix, though. Is Acrid a dinosaur? I feel like he's a dinosaur. He's saurian, at the very least. Oh, the game was worried that I was missing my Gore's Tome from before. So thoughtful of you. Okay, that went down pretty smoothly. I think all of the exploding wisps in the air definitely helped. Yeah, the bleed is so good. The bleed actually allowing the poison to kill things is so good. So Bandolier might be okay on Acrid. I mean, it's going to let you use Epidemic more frequently. Alright, I'll take a key. Maybe we'll get an item or two out of that. If, you know, if it gives you 2 items you wouldn't have otherwise gotten, it is a net positive. So $385 is a fair number of chests if we can find them quickly. I think I probably will open that equipment crate down there. Alright, excellent. Very, very happy to see that. The leech does not feel amazing. Show me something a little bit more compelling. It's a leech. Cool, great. It's just what I wanted. How did the game know? Alright, I guess let's run through here and get out of here. Oh, excellent. Very, very pleased. Where was that? There's a chest right here. And then we'll go from here to the exit. I guess we can grab that equipment crate down there too. Hopefully get a little bit luckier with this one. I think a crowbar is probably fine with our leap. And yeah, sure. That's not bad. See, look at that. It's doing fine work already. I still might replace it with an Effigy of Grief, if we see one. Obviously, we'll have to be careful what we grieve, because we don't want to end up in a grief area ourselves. This is the danger of being a griefer on the internet. You're never sure if one day you will be the one who is griefed. So we certainly don't want strides. It might be good to pick up visions, but I don't know. Let's have a quick look over here. So, ukulele and extra life bear. I do like extra life bear, but like our green items are really good, I think. Aside from the Gore's Tome. I'm gonna take this guy. I like having a Defiant Gouge. Oh yeah, I should check the... Is it worth throwing some coins in here? Probably not. Like, if we had seen the Aurelia Knight level, I would have put coins up for that, but that aside, I don't care about either of those places enough. Alright, what do we get? Scorched Acres. I feel like we see Scorched Acres a lot. Did you survive that? Okay, no, I was gonna be very cross. What are small chests? They are 138. Okay. Good information. Well, I guess let's go get that one then. Yeah, I'm really... The Monsoon playstyle really has me coming around on Fireworks. Obviously, it's no good against bosses. Sometimes. Sometimes you can get a little bit of value against bosses. But it sure does accelerate the just running around, getting into fight stage. I will use this a little bit. I'm certainly going to burn this at least. Honestly, that might be the only thing. I'm not even going to burn the book. There are a lot of runs where we never see a thing worth spending green scrap on. And the book does give money. Okay, there's nothing else up here. That Clay Templar, which are they called Templars? I don't know. The Clay Gunman. You know, a Templar. A man with a gun. Is there something scary chasing us? Oh, damn it. I hit the one enemy that I didn't really want to hit with that. That's alright, I'm sure they're dead off of this. Oh, interesting. You know what? Sure. Just very frequent random lightning strikes. I'll take it. I'm effectively randomly striking enemies with it as it is, as we have just seen, so... Do we have any idea where the sparkles are? It kind of doesn't... Oh, hey! One of these things. You know, I actually don't know what these do still. I'm going to give it my gouge. It gave me a pearl. Increase your maximum health. I wish I'd been paying a little bit more attention, but didn't see how much it increased our health by. But that's cool. Okay, so it lets you convert lunar items into raw positivity. That's interesting. I think on this one I'll actually just take another dagger. I don't know what our bleed chance is right now, but... Oh, okay. Well, Aurelia Knight is on the table, it looks like. How much? 1107? Alright. Well, let's stop buying stuff for a second, then. I do see another goat hoof, though, and I'm very eager to acquire it. I wonder how the targeting works on that guy. He did just fire it, so well done. But I wonder if he's able to shoot stuff as far away as I am. Wow, did he just fire it again? Okay. He's doing good work. He's doing the Lord's work up there. Zeus, specifically. In case it was not clear which Lord I was talking about. Where the hell are all the enemies? I want to fight. Guess we can go look for some blood shrines or something, maybe? See if there's anything up on the hill. Probably not the best move. Alright, I'm coming back. Aha, that time it worked. Are you kidding me? Did it leave us? It left us $1 short. Where's any enemy? Also, you know what? I'm gonna open this. Because I'm gonna give this to the thing. More pearl. Okay, so it looks like it's like maybe about 10%. 10% bonus health. It might be a percentage boost. It could also just be like a flat amount or an amount based on your level. But yeah, that seems useful. I will pay a lunar coin for 10-ish% more health. Okay, right, we can actually hit this now. And then we should probably hit the teleporter shortly afterward, but we're right here and there's a bunch of stuff to spend money on, so let's do some of that. Especially since that's one of the things. I don't actually love these. Yeah. Okay. More gasoline's probably not the right move. I'm actually going to just take this. It is at the very least always more damage on our smash, and we're very Hulk smash. I think unusually so for an Acrid. Smash, smash. But what if smash though? It is weird how I don't seem to be able to actually make impact on the Dune Strider itself. I have to, like, it bounces off, and then, oh god, I'm dying. I was kind of hoping that the regeneration strikes would be enough to keep us alive through that, but apparently not. Cool. Well, that's a bummer. Do we want to... I'm going to do one more. Let's try one more. I got a little brave there. I thought, oh, surely the regenerative strikes will keep us alive through the suck phase. And also, we lose all of our damage if we move away from the enemy at all. But sadly, apparently I needed to move away from the enemy at all. That's a shame. I feel like that run had real potential. Pair of Dune Striders, though. We just didn't have the damage. And again, if we're not getting wins, we actually are starting to spend our lunar coins pretty rapidly. At this point, I feel fairly confident I could just take it back to Rainstorm and farm obliterations, which definitely give you coins, although I don't know exactly how many. But that's not a fun thing to do. I might have to, though. I might have to do some of that off camera, just to make sure that we have the coins for messing around on camera. It is cool that we learned what those weird things do. I don't even know what they're called. Oof. Not so compelling so far with the drops. Well, the good news is we have flight, so we can just go hit that. I don't actually know how long the flight lasts. Well, long enough, apparently. I guess we'll just fly over here. There's not a lot else for us to do. The interaction between flight and the leap is a little weird. You know what? We'll get him in a second on the way back. Let's go activate that thing here. Don't think it's gonna get... Are you kidding me? Okay. Sadly, don't think it's gonna get too much better than this. And again with the damn Vagrant. See, every time you play a melee character, it seems like, how dare you? You must be punished. I hate the way that after you kill a Frost Elite, it seems fairly frequently the case that you just can't sprint for a second or two after you like land from the stomp. Okay, so we're gonna have ourselves a pretty tough situation here, where I don't really have a lot of good ways to heal. We're gonna try to heal off of the bustling fungus. All right, I appreciate those guys giving me a little bit of a chance. And then we're gonna go out there and have at that big jellyfish monster. At least we do have that turret active. And we can kind of fight at a distance. We're at 71% on the teleporter. So actually, at this rate, we're probably not even going to really lose a lot of time. I think the boss is going to go down pretty close to the end of the teleporter charge. Make sure he's still ticking. Speed things up a little bit here, because we are hitting the end of the teleport. There it is. Okay, Harvester's Scythe is at least an item. This has some potential. So there's definitely chests up there. We saw at least one or two. I guess I could fly. Okay, so you can tap jump to give yourself like a little speed boost. This is a weird item. I have not used this very much. Okay, awesome. As we've already mentioned, pretty happy to have this on Acrid. Pretty happy to have goat hooves on Acrid. That's not probably where that is exactly supposed to have spawned. I think we're going to go over there for that thing because we've got such poor itemization. And take this, I guess, and then also this guy. Yeah, not an awesome start. I think a considerably worse start than on either of the last two runs. Well, I guess the first run wasn't anything to write home about. And here I was thinking I was some kind of hotshot with 2 monsoon victories in a row. Yes. Yes, I will take him. And like I said, we'll just have to be a little cautious with him. Boy, if this was almost any green item, I would have just taken a spin, because we have so many bad white items, but Squid Turret is definitely an item I will pass on. You did it, Newt. You figured one out. Really well done. Just spectacular work. Alright, this is going to be... Is everybody ready? This is going to be the one. This is going to be the definitive Acrid experience out here. I mean, with an Effigy of Grief, we're in really good shape if we do manage to pick up a Death Mark. We can just grief enemies and try to ranged attack them, and maybe this is a run where we trade off our melee attack for visions if we see an opportunity to do so. And if that's the case, then we're really glad we didn't bring the bite. Yeah, I guess that's viable as a strategy. No bleed at all, huh? From the last one, it seemed like 3 or so daggers is a pretty solid proc chance. I should probably just... As much as I don't want to do this, as much as this is not the way this should work, I suppose I could just spend some time in the logbook memorizing numbers. You should really be able to memorize the numbers from actual gameplay. I'm not against memorizing numbers or like learning things about the systems, but it should be a thing you can do during actual gameplay. Okay, almost overcommitted that a little bit. Okay, repulsion plating is a real bummer. And the stomp is still going to be pretty good damage. Yeah, this is definitely one of my least favorite items to see the enemies get, especially really early on. I think it's weird. It almost seems like it exists in the game solely for the purpose of the enemies getting it here, and it has almost no effect in every other circumstance, right? Just really, really strange design. And then, like, even the repulsion plating as a player item, the only thing I think it's really good for is making it slightly safer to walk around in the void. It really is an item that exists solely because of the void. Alright, sweet, sweet fungus. Is my Effigy of Grief just sort of floating near my head? That's probably not how that's meant to be attached. Well, at least the jellyfish are kind of low danger. Yeah, it turns out 5 repulsion plating. Just enough to be really annoying to a player. That's pretty satisfying. Oh no, I don't quite go up high enough to actually get on the platform there, apparently. Okay, there we are. Yeah, navigating this place can be kind of a pain in the ass. We're even on a character that I would describe as pretty mobile. Really, that was the amount of damage done by a stomp? That doesn't seem right. I guess maybe I bounced off of one of them and so it didn't actually do the stomp part. It felt like I hadn't made contact with a surface yet, but usually when you hit an enemy, it does the slam. You know, the slam, the stomp. Just why use consistent terminology? Why let anyone have any idea what I'm talking about? Oh, that's no good. Is it the energy drink that's causing us to get so much additional height? So I feel like we're stomping upward way more than usual. Like that, for example. That's the only movement thing we have. I guess that we have the goat hoof too, but that's a pretty dramatic effect for a goat hoof. Maybe internally the game considers us to be sprinting during the smash, the movement part of the smash. It's a little awkward. It's actually making it really hard to target it close. Alright, I'm sure this is going to be the one, right? This is going to be the one where we get all of the best items. We're going to get a death mark right now, and then 3 air-to-ground missile launchers, and shattering justice for our red, and then we're totally going to carry. And I'm especially bummed out to have lost on that last run where we did, because we had the Aurelionite, we had the portal already paid for. Okay, that's not bad. I certainly can't complain about that. Well, I mean, I can. My powers of complaining are almost unmatched, but I am choosing not to. See, sometimes I have mercy. Yeah, the more we play on Monsoon, the more I like fireworks, honestly. It might just be the more we play with characters who have trouble with, or who have an annoying time dealing with aerial enemies. On the Huntress, or even the Commando, I probably would care a lot less. I mean, it seems like the angle of the camera plays a pretty huge part in the amount of distance that you travel when you smash, and for some reason it It's a little counterintuitive to me. It kind of seems like aiming the camera downward makes you go further. Okay, Chronobauble is not a bad item. Even beyond its implications as a way of turning on the death mark, I think it's, you know, fine. Man, I need a new chair. Something about this chair is just killing my posture, and somehow I keep finding that I am sliding forward in it all the time. In case you were wondering what that creaking noise that happens occasionally is, it's me moving back in this chair that I somehow it's rejecting me. It's like quietly, carefully trying to push me off onto the floor while it knows I'm distracted. This is very underhanded behavior. Speaking of underhanded behavior, these imps are doing a really good job of like drawing my attention while not actually being a threat, just like dancing around outside of the combat circle and letting the other enemies get in behind me due to my split attention. It's a frustratingly effective tactic. I'd like to believe that I am too smart to fall for something like this, but here's the evidence. Oh, do we have stone golems? I didn't even realize because we haven't seen one yet. Got 95% of the way into the cell before the first one actually showed up. Alright, I definitely think our items in general are quite a bit less good this time than they were last time, but I still think there's some good potential here. Some good growth potential. Epidemic bounced in a very different direction than I thought it was going to. Yo! Alright. It really does seem to be easier to do a small forward leap while facing forward. Intuitively, I feel like if I face downward, he will try to jump downward, which is to say, not really go anywhere. Clearly not actually the case. You know what? I'm gonna put down a grief right there. Yeah, take that. Enjoy all of those debuffs. I'm realizing I don't actually know 100% what the grief debuff does. I know it slows. Doesn't seem to affect our attack speed though, really. Yeah, it's a very dramatic slow. Alright, they got a rejuvenation rack, which is fine. They don't have any... I guess they have a healing item. They could maybe benefit from a small amount of extra leech seeding. Didn't really manage to land that effigy of grief where I was trying to. I want it to, like, things that are on the edge of the circle are still in the zone, but I'm not in the zone, like, ever. It's remarkably hard to do while also still trying to fight, unfortunately. The amount of damage it's taking for us to kill these, Oh, wow! Okay. Shattering Justice is definitely compelling. The amount of damage it's taking us, the amount of hits it's taking us to kill these stone golems is not encouraging. Well, I do think Shattering Justice is pretty great. And Shattering Justice definitely applies a debuff, so we are in a good spot if we do find a death mark. Does he carry it in his mouth? He does. Acrid, you are consistently the most adorable survivor. Good work, little buddy. You managed to edge out Rex, who I think is also quite adorable. Yeah, if we can find ourselves a death mark, I think we'll be in really good shape especially boss damage-wise. Oh, this is lovely. I was kind of expecting that to spawn enemies for some reason. I don't know, like... I guess I'm so used to having a Defiant Gouge. I'll just let this thing fill us back up. We're going to hit each of these one more time. Boy, for as hard as it is to get Bustling Fungus to actually do anything, you would think it would do more of the thing. Alright, well the good news is we now have all the money necessary to buy all of the things that we will come across. Bad news is this doesn't necessarily buy us... So I'm going to pick that up. Doesn't necessarily buy us a lot of power if we can't find chests quickly or if we don't find good items in those chests. But at least we've got the shot now. That is very low value. That's fine. The number one thing we are looking for at this point is the death mark. There's very little we could find that would be more valuable to us than a death mark. It's just like a 50% increase in total damage output. Also, you know, a grinder wouldn't be horrible. Something we could throw all these magazines into. Okay, that's pretty good, though. Skills have no cooldowns for a short period after killing an elite. Huh. I don't even know if I think that's good. I feel like we have been fairly thorough here. If there were a, come on now. If there were a mountain shrine, we would have seen it. So I think I'm just gonna... hit the button and keep moving. Get 'em, squid turrets. So apparently we want to stay at a distance. My skills have no cooldown, hooray! Boy, I don't know that I agree that I'm in the range for that to be affecting me. I feel like I'm pretty far out. So is this weird coloration effect to let me know that the effect of that the brain stalks is up? Weird. I mean, it seems like an okay item. I don't think Warhorn is particularly good on us. Yeah, okay. I guess when it happens, I can just like spam the hell out of Epidemic and really get a lot of free AoE damage, or I can spam the hell out of right click and do a lot of damage to a single target. Or in a situation where I, you know, am not charging directly into a grief zone, I can hit my stomp a bunch. See, right there, we actually saw it happen where I did the smash onto a wisp and it just bounced me off rather than triggering the damage effect. It looks like you don't actually get into damage mode until after you pass the apex of the jump. You have to be going down before you will deal damage. I'm just gonna go. I don't want to spend time looking around. We're at 10 minutes. Let's just move. I do not feel like we got a lot of items on this one, or at least a lot of good items. It definitely hurts that so many of our items here were magazines. You know what? I'm just gonna blind print. Of course it took the one white item I really didn't want it to take. There we go. It knows. It knows which items are good, and it always takes them first. Alright, I don't know how many daggers you need to hit. I believe it just increases the chance of application with each one. So there's a cap somewhere, and I don't know how many it is, but 5's probably a pretty good start. I don't want it to take away my energy drink, too. And here we have razor wire. That's pretty whatever. Not exciting. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of damage. We're getting a lot of debuffs out of everything we do. Oh, I don't have money, right. Right, you need money to buy things. Stupid video games. Don't I get enough of this garbage in real life? Alright, I think I'm going to take the tougher times over everything else here. And then, do we have enough for one of these? 134. Well, we will in a moment. Yeah, that bleed is applying very effectively. Yeah, look at the damage output that we're getting from just our right click. It's getting pretty compelling. I wish we had more crit. It's probably a problem that we can solve slowly over time. Do we have gasoline yet? We don't have a gasoline. I think one gasoline is pretty good to have. I did not walk far enough to the side and bought the wrong item. Absolutely not. Yeah, the movement on the jump, the shift attack is super weird. He definitely has dramatically different movement on the up part of it than he does on the down part of it, and it feels very strange to try to actually use it. You know what? I'm going to do this. We may as well. Why not, right? And then we can maybe force the red zone. Get ourselves a guaranteed red item. Please die. Okay. Take this, enemy. It is a real shame that we don't have a good way of applying the ring effect at range. As soon as this ends, he's getting... Well, maybe not. I was going to say he's getting body slammed so hard, but maybe that's a bad idea. Yeah, the real problem with playing ranged Acrid is that it does not give us a way to apply our ring. There we go. I managed to aim the trajectory of that one such that we started to come down right as we hit the enemy. Ah, damn it. Too much momentum. Okay. I do wanna go and buy some more stuff. There's definitely more stuff for us to buy. We have an awful lot of money now. And we're moving fast enough that it's not like a huge it's not a huge detriment to spend some time going places, although this would be a really good time for my movement skill to not be on cooldown. Wow. Wow. The verticality of that. I don't think I do want to go over to that grinder. But let's hit this guy. Okay, crit glasses. Awesome. Already worth the trip. Yeah, it's remarkable what a difference just like one or two movement items can make. Oh, there was a Newt altar up here too. And of course the thing has to be inside of the slowdown zone. Alright, I could have gone and scrapped in hopes of pulling good items out of the pool here. I decided it wasn't worth the time because I didn't have that many items left that I would want to scrap, but I don't know, maybe that was wrong. I will not do it for this. For you... Honestly, we don't have that much stuff that we benefit from having extra luck on. I believe it does affect our crit chance. So obviously that would be nice. But I don't really want to lose my Chrono Bauble. I don't want to lose my ring. Honestly, we only have like one or two green items that I would even be willing to part with. I think we'll just skip it. And I don't think we want any of this stuff. Oh, hey! That is Aurelianite. Who needs lunar coins? So we have no idea what actual stage 4 we're going to get, but this is definitely worthwhile. And then I am going to have to go get some lunar coins real quick off camera, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I think this this Brainstalk thing is actually any good. Oh, this is dangerous. This is a high danger situation. I should not be here. I'm just gonna remove myself if y'all don't mind. The damage is pretty good, though. I know there's a boss. We'll deal with it. Okay, attack speed's not amazing on the version of Acrid that we're playing with the little bit more of a focus on ranged attacks. But we don't have to be focused on ranged attacks. You know, when we go in for smashing time, we will appreciate that presence. So I got this one already. It's just be trying to make sure that there's poison up all the time, because the poison ticks quite powerfully. Let's go find the other chest. Oh, that's no good. Okay. Whew. Yeah, there are definitely some characters for whom this this no cooldowns thing would be more exciting than it is for Acrid. I feel like every time I look over toward him, a new Elder Lemurian spawns. Why am I... He's like stationary. Why am I doing such a bad job? Oh god. Okay, break line of sight a little bit. Once again, gotta remember, it is not a good idea to make contact with the enemy on the way up during your leap. But it is complicated somewhat by the extremely weird physics of the leap. I don't always have as much of a say in which part of it we make contact during as I would like. Look at all these squid turrets. It's incredible. He'll be dead in no time. It's actually going all right. It's like I said that as a joke, but the damage is coming out pretty quickly. Just make sure the poison stays up, and we can basically just stay over here. As long as the poison is continuing to happen. Really thought that was going to have a more dramatic effect on our movement. I forgot. Facing forward is the only way to make the leap go a short distance. Okay, that was fine. We did okay there. And honestly, I think we actually did get some good use out of our squid turrets. We got Cautious Slug, 2 attack speed, syringes. I mean, that stuff's fine, I guess. Alright. I don't think I want to blind print for infusion. A green item shop is very exciting, but sadly, no death mark for us. Oh, you're an equipment drone. I do not want to give my effigy of grief to an equipment drone. I don't trust its decision-making. Wow, really ramp right off those guys. Let's smash up a bunch of nests here, see if we can't get ourselves an optional boss. It would be nice to have like 1 or 2 offensive drones, just to finish off the enemies that we don't manage to get our own finishers off on, but who still get poisoned by the epidemics. There we go. Alright, even faster. I'll take it. Well, I mean, we will certainly take this. No, not yet we won't. Soon. Soon we will certainly take this. Ah, damn it. Trying to finesse it such that I was hitting him on the down. Alright, never mind. We'll worry about it later. We have nests to disturb. Where in the hell are all of the nests? There we go. I feel like sometimes I get it basically on accident. Hey, you know what? This isn't so bad, actually. That could have been a little less clumsy. I do feel like we're making very little money relative to the amount that things cost here. Guess that jellyfish decided he didn't want to mess with us. Okay, see, this guy we can still hit by just standing on him. Alright, one down. Oh wait, is that... No, that was not an egg. And there were eggs over here, but they got all smashed up already. We're doing alright on this. We just need like one more nest, I think. After you hear the distant whirring. I do feel like they're a little better concealed this time than they often are. Maybe they're underground? Is that a thing? Do vultures build nests underground? Where do vultures build nests? Video games these days, you gotta be an ornithologist to be any good at them. It's really, really frustrating the way that ornithology has taken over the field. I do think that Prion accumulator is maybe interesting. Honestly, we could buy it and just give it to the just give it to that equipment drone we saw upstairs. You know what? I'm going to do that. It is possible that an equipment drone with a Prion accumulator is going to get approximately nothing done because he's just going to shoot it at the wrong targets with bad timing. But at this point, it's free, right? We had already revealed the accumulator, so why not try it? Okay, up here. The remaining nests must be up here. There's one. See if there are any other chests up here real quick. There's printers and stuff, but whatever. Does this work? Can I just... No, it will not. It will not just park itself on top of an enemy who is in the air, unfortunately. No effigy of grief for us on this one. Ow, it's actually kind of a lot of damage. Fortunately, we have all of this attack speed. And still almost dead. I do wish that items became lootable a little bit faster after they came out of a thing. Okay, what did we get? Rejuvenation rack. You know, honestly, that's fine. That item is okay. Oh, that's shooting stuff into our own dude. He does, unfortunately, block projectiles. Just fire a whole lot of fireworks directly up that guy's ass. It's another situation where, unfortunately, I just don't think we're going to be able to apply the effigy. Oh, that's probably a thing we ought to avoid. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Oh good, a third predatory instincts. Just what I wanted. Alright, I think we have a decent chance of being able to obliterate here. I don't really want to go to Mithrix with a melee attack. Hopefully that's understandable. And like in phase 4, we won't have our good ability to just lay on a whole bunch of ranged attacks all in a row. So we are definitely aiming for obliteration here. And I'd like to do it really, really fast if we can. We've managed to get to the Sky Meadow at 25 minutes, which is fine. It's not awesome, but it's a little slower than I would like. So I think we want to really pick it up here. Oh hey, this is one of those radar things that gives you the environment data. $2,000, man. What am I, made of dollars? I don't like that at all. Let's get some debuffs up. Oh, that didn't work. It was a little risky to try. So yeah, I want to try to get in vision of stuff before I kill elites. I do not like the way this is going, though. Our poor equipment drone is desperately trying to preon accumulate things in a way that will be useful. Yeah, we're actually pretty formidable in close combat. And then also sometimes I attack an enemy and I just fly 10,000 feet into the air. It doesn't look to me like the teleporter's over here. I kind of want to get that environment log thing, though. I know I just said we gotta go real fast. But what if instead? What if instead we did the actual exact opposite of that? That would show them, right? Well, one of the elites is dead. Hooray! Oh, hey. Hey, guys. Yeah, okay. Brainstock's pretty good. It seems like a pretty good item. Alright. We should probably grab this guy and get moving. I am happy to have the missile drone, though. Oh, right. Looking down makes you go further. Just take that from just outside of his zone. Is that? It is. 685, okay. I think that's like a hugely important item for us. I don't think I actually hit him. I think I made contact with the roof. Okay, very, very good. Very good. What is... Oh, that's an incinerator drone. Yeah, look at that. We can apply it basically instantly. That's beautiful. Unfortunately, the incinerator drone's probably a little on the expensive side. Hey, I'm gonna pull this. Okay, well that got us the money pretty quickly. Alright, we gotta find the exit. We gotta get out of here. I am super happy to have gotten a death mark, though. Yep, compelling. Very compelling results there. Sure. Lockbox is an item. It's even a good item sometimes. Alright, put me up here. I really don't think I see it. Right, I don't think we've seen blue sparkles anywhere. Yeah, it's not down below us. But I also don't feel like it was on the side we started on. That's just Void Rock. Oh, there it is. Here's why we didn't see it, because it's actually up here on one of these ledges, which usually is not the case. Let's realign this thing. And get the hell out of here. Jesus Christ! Well, that's not what I thought was going to happen when I jumped. Did you see... Did you see, like, the instant acceleration, the jerk there? It was really incredible. I have no idea what caused us to be so fast that particular time, and not like not any of these other times that we've done it while trying to get back up here. Yeah, wow. If I fire my my poison, things just get death marked instantly. That's awesome. Ah, no, damn it. Yeah, the damn mushroom fire. Mushroom fire kills you instantly. It's so powerful. Alright, well, that's a disappointment, because I really thought we had it on that one. And I mean, it wasn't all the mushroom fire, obviously. I took a big hit right before the mushroom fire, but it slows you, and it does so much damage to you so quickly that it really set us up for the third hit, which absolutely killed the entire hell out of me. Alright, well, that is, in fact, going to have to be it for us for today, and thank you all so much for watching. That was a marathon of nightmares. And when you come back next time, tomorrow, we will be playing as a character who is only very slightly less nightmare-prone. We're going to get back to victories. It's going to happen. I promise. And we'll see you then.